Okay, so we're going to look at some problems. They're going to give us some bar graphs, and then we're going to evaluate the questions using addition and multiplication today. So it says Gregory and his family went hiking over the weekend. On Saturday, they hiked 5 miles, and on Sunday, they hiked 5 miles. So we're going to use the bar diagram to write and evaluate two numerical expressions to represent the total number of miles hiked. So here you can see we started off, they walked 5 miles, and then the next day they walked 5 more miles. So we're going to use a bar diagram to write an addition expression. Now here we have 5 plus, what's our other? 5. All right. Now we're going to evaluate the expression. So 5 plus 5 equals 10. Everybody feel like you're in first grade again? Good. Now, this is the part that makes it a little bit trickier than primary addition and subtraction. Now we're going to take our same bar graph and we're going to make a multiplication problem out of it. Okay? So, Mr. Latham, would you care to tell me what I'm going to multiply by 5 in order to show our bar graph here? Good job. So, as you see, how many groups of 5, how many times did we walk 5 miles?
5.
We walked 5 miles twice. So therefore, we're going to multiply 2 times 5, which will give us 10. Okay, so they hiked a total of 10 miles. Very good. All right. Now, it says Mr. Yearling has 2 groups of 5 students and 2 groups of 4 students. We're going to use the bar diagram to write and evaluate 2 numerical expressions to represent the total number of students. Okay? So, our first expression is going to use all addition. Okay? So we just need to make sure that we have the same digits from our bar graph in our equation. So here we have 5 students. So we have a 5. 5 students. That's a blank, so we're going to fill that in with the 5. Cross it out. Then I have a 4. Here's 4 students. I'm going to get rid of that. And how many students do we have left? 4. So we're going to come down here and we're going to fill this in with the 4. Okay? Now that we have the expression filled out, we can evaluate. So 5 plus 5 and 4 plus 4 equals. So this is the way I like to do, excuse me. The way I like to do these, make a little v. 5 plus 5 is
10.
And we're going to add that to 4 plus 4, which is 8. So 10 plus 8 is 18. Chalk bus. Okay. Now, moving on. So another way that we can show this is by showing how many groups of each number there are and using multiplication. All right. So now I'm going to go what times 5 plus what times 4 will give us the number of students. Well, I can't write 5 times 2. I can't write 5 times 2, right? Here's my blank. What am I going to put in there? Which means it is 2, 5 plus, there you go. Alright, so 2 times 5 plus 2 times 4. Alright, I do the same thing. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8. There's my addition sign in the middle. 10 plus 8 is 18. And here it says there are, I'm going to write it underneath the line just because I don't have room up there. There are 18 students that are divided into groups. Okay. Now, we're going to evaluate the addition expressions to find the sum and figure out, does the order of the expression, the order in which the expression is written, change the sum? So first of all, we have to evaluate. And evaluate, what does evaluate mean we're going to do?
Evaluate means
Bo, what does evaluate mean? Okay, so evaluate means that we're going to what?
solve.
We're going to solve it. So we're going to solve both of these first, right? And that's going to let us know, doesn't matter which order they're in. So 7 plus 7 is?
14.
We're going to add that to 5 plus 5, which is?
10.
And that's going to give us 24. Okay, now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go 7 plus 5 is? 12. I'm going to add that to 7 plus 5, which is?
12.
So 12 and 12 is? 24. So are the answers the same?
Yes.
So, our answer is then no. It does not matter what order the numbers in an addition problem are. The sum will stay the same. There you go. So no, it does not matter what order the numbers in an addition problem are in. The sum will stay the same. All right. Now we're moving on. Boom. Trash that. Clear. Now number 2, it says model math. Suppose Mrs. Yearling also had another group of 4 students. So we're going to write the 2 numerical expressions to represent the total number of students. So she's adding a group of 4. Remember we had 2 groups of 5 and 2 groups of 4. So now she's adding another group. Okay? So 5 plus what? 5 plus 5. So there's our 2 groups of 5, right? And then we have 4 plus 4 plus 4, because we have a third group of 4, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now over here in our second expression, we're going to go 2 times,
5.
right, because we have 2 5s over here. And we're going to add that to what times 4?
3.
3, because we have 3 groups of 4. Okay? Now, if we were to solve this, 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12, so that's going to give us 22. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 4 is 12. 10 plus 4 is 22. So you can see we have the same number of students in both problems. Okay. Now, we're going to write and evaluate expressions using only addition and using multiplication. We're going to use our table here, okay? And according to our table, it says Caleb's music class is divided into 5 groups of 4 students for a project. Use the bar diagram to write and evaluate 2 numerical expressions that represent the total number of students in his class. So, and I'm going to type this because I don't feel like. So the first one says using only addition. So I'm going to go 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus. How many 4s do I have here?
5.
5. So how many do I have so far?
3.
There's 4. 5. And that equals 20. 4 and 4 is 8. 4 is 12. 4 is 16. 4 is 20. Now it says write an expression using only multiplication. So, how many groups of 4 do I have?
5.
So, if I go 5 times 4 equals, what do I get?
20.
20. So, there are 20 students in this music class. Okay? Now, let me get rid of these. All right, so it's only fitting that we start adding more and more, right? So it says Bailey's soccer team had snacks after the game that included 12 granola bars, 12 muffins, and 14 bananas. Use the diagram to write and evaluate 2 numerical expressions to represent the total number of snacks after the soccer game. The first one says using only addition. Now we did this on the last page. If we're only going to use addition, it's pretty simple. We're going to go 12 plus 12 plus
14.
equals
36.
36. Now, after that, things are going to get a little bit more complicated. Because now we have to use multiplication and addition. Okay? So the first thing that I want to look at is I need to make groups. Okay? So I'm going to look at the number 12. How many number 12s are there?
2.
2. So what am I going to multiply 12 by?
2.
So I have 2 times 12. Now I know I'm going to have to add this to something. So now I just need to know how many of the other numbers I'm going to have to add. So how many 14s are there?
1.
So all I have to do is add it by 114, right? Now in order to make sure that I do my multiplication before I add, what do I need to do? Yes, sir. Add parentheses. Boom. So I'm going to put this in parentheses. Okay? Now, according to order of operation, you always do multiplication first, but just to make sure. And this is also 2 times 12 is 24 plus 14. That's 36. So our answer is still 36. So there are a total of 36 snacks for after the game. All right. Now,